So Jules buys a washing machine, and 20% is added to the price of the washing machine, and Jules then has to pay a total of £600. So that's the price after the VAT has been added. And we're asked, what's the price of the washing machine before the VAT has been added? Now, we need to add 20% to something, and the best way, in my humble opinion, the best way to do percentage increases is to do it this way. If we want to increase by, say, 3%, we want 103%. And so we multiply by 103%. Percent is divided by 100, and 103 divided by 100 is 1.03. So let's just do that with 20% instead. We want to increase by, let's say, 20%. So we want 120%. And so we multiply by 120% over 100, which is 1.2 or 1.20. That's what we're going to use in a minute. But how do we do these questions where we want the price before something happens? Well, I would always recommend writing down a statement connecting the before and the after. Okay, so here we go. So our statement is that the price after VAT has been added, in other words, the price with VAT, is 20% more than the price without VAT. Now, why on earth am I writing down a sentence? Because, of course, in a sentence is an equation. Look, there's an equals sign. It says is, and that means equals. So the price with VAT, let's call that the price inc VAT, is, in other words, equals, now 20% more than. Well, that's where our multiplier comes in. So it's 120% of. So 1.2 times the price without VAT. Okay, and now we can just put in the numbers. So 600 is equal to 1.2 times the price with no VAT added, in other words, the price without VAT. And to find the price without VAT, we divide by 1.2. And we do that on both sides to make things fair. The 1.2's cancel on the right-hand side. That's rather the point of doing it. And if I just write it the other way around, the price without VAT is 600 divided by 1.2. And 600 divided by 1.2, you will be able to tell me, well, okay, we've got to do that without a calculator. So let's just spend a little bit of time doing that. Now, 600 divided by 12 is really what we're doing, isn't it? And if you think about this way, we just do it with simple division. There are lots of ways of doing this. 12 goes into 60 how many times? Well, it goes into it 5 times, doesn't it? Because 5 12s are 60, if you know your times tables. And so there we go. It's just 50, except that doesn't sound right. But then we haven't divided by 1.2. We've divided by 12. So let's, if we put a decimal point in here somewhere, let's just think about this. 600 over 12 is 50. And so 600 over 1.2 must be 10 times as big, and that's 500. So there's a little bit of working there to help us. So the price without VAT is £500, and the government takes the rest.